Welcome, my Zentangle friends. My name is Emmy, and you are on the Zen with Emmy channel. I am a CZT, which means I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and I enjoy teaching and reaching everybody a lot. I want to shout out Lois and Heidi and Joe Tamberly for staying in touch and being so kind as to support me. And today we are going to need all of our usual supplies. I would also suggest you might want a 05. Kangular is a lot of fun. Tomas Pados does some marvelous linear grid style patterns, and they're very fun. And we just have to get used to, some of us love grids and some of us love other kinds of patterns. So the world is full of variety, and that's what makes it go round, right? Okay, here's another one that I made of this, upside down. Same pattern, and I will show you how to do, not to do this, because this is Zenith that you and I did a few days ago as part of the Inktober challenge. But in here is the pattern that we're doing today, Kangular. It all depends on the angle, but let's just get started. So I'm going to put this in on my page, my Kangular page right here. And it's a very simple pattern, and I don't want to make it overcomplicated, so let's just practice a bit here together. I'm going to make in pen a line, and I'm going to make a second line like this is a right angle. In the right angle, about 2/3 of the way up on each side, I'm going to make a box that connects here, or, as close to there as you want. Remember, we are practicing, even though this is our keepsake. So the next thing we want to do is from this corner and this corner, I'm going to come in like that and cut off the corner, so that has the illusion of going underneath. So that is basically the pattern. How you turn it, how you spin it is how you get these different things. So let's take a minute and darken these wings. Well, you could call them anything, right? They're just something that goes behind little mini triangles. And if you Google this pattern, or if you're with me and you have looked up these things, you'll see that there are a lot of choices. I'm going to do a box within the box. And the way I like to do this is to do a second line tight to the first line, and then get my pen, my 05 again, and darken in here. Turn my work a little bit here. Keep my pen from getting all crabbed on my hand, or vice versa. Okay, let's try one that goes in a different direction. So just as easily as this, let's spin it the other way. So instead of here, I'm going to come out like this with my right angle. Have my dot here because I'm going to create a box, remember? The next thing I want to do is cut that off with small triangles, like that. And from there, I can go on and on and on, but I think you get the idea. So you could have these back to back and create a border with triangles up and down if you wanted. That's very fun. But basically, when we come to our Inktober class, we're trying to learn about new patterns that we think we might like and giving them a try. And trying to decide where we want them and where we want to put them. And I've seen where people have gotten real wonky with these shapes. What they've done is really turned them and made them like kind of even curved out a little bit, which is kind of fun. It kind of changes the scope of the pattern though. So I don't know if you can notice, but this pattern here is this pattern. So here is my cutout here. And then you see my 90-degree angle, and within is my box. And then I've turned it the other way and the other way each time so that I have made a bigger box out of this. How cool is that? I think it's very neat. So let's get started with where we're going to put this. Oh yeah, I should show you on this one too. Sorry. Okay, now that we have made this original one, you can see how I have spun this. This one is here. And then you turn it again so that these four are all into each other. Turning them the opposite direction is going to create another new thing, but I really like this wide band in between. So that's why I want to show you this, but I really also like the idea of a grid with something to soften the grid. So that's why I found these cute little things. There isn't even a name on this or anything of a pattern, but just fun. Okay, so the first thing I did here is I decided I wanted to put these grids together like this. So I put a box around it, and then I put it here. And here's my pattern within on each side. So that becomes really quite a fun thing. I could go on and on with this, opposite directions all the way down, but you and I have so much more fun and things to put in here. So where do we want it to go on here? And how much do we really want to do? Let me take this out. There. Decisions. I really don't want to take a ton of room. I'm almost thinking of just putting a piece of it in here, just as a memory of what we did today. So I'm thinking I might, no, I'm going to put it over here instead. I have more room on mine for a right angle here. So I'm going to use this right angle, and then I'm using pencil, but I certainly don't have to. I'll switch over to pen right away because I can. Okay, so here's one part of my right angle, the line itself, and here's the other part of my right angle. And let me spin back out so you can see this close up. Okay, knowing that this is the top of my right angle and the bottom, I'm going to come, remember, 2/3 of the way up. And make a box. The dot is going to work out because I like that look of making a box or two within the box. And this time I might do something a little different and just divide that interior box that way. So now the wings or the triangles, I'm going to come here. It's going to end here, remember? And then I'm going to come here and end here. If you like this pattern, and I surely hope you do, then I hope you're going to get on the Tomas Pados site or just Google Zentangle Patterns and Kangular with a K, and you'll come up with all sorts of way cool ideas if you want to investigate this and really, really enjoy the process of doing angles and turns. And it is some serious fun. Let's get some shading on this one here. So where I want to shade is the interior of this box. And I also want to do some shading on here. Put some graphite both sides of that triangle. And you know what? Just for a little more contrast, I'm going to take a minute and darken right in here in this interior line that I made. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. Just so classic. Okay, now I've already done my shading. All I have to do is smudge. I used really nice paper on this project. I quite like the way my shading turns out. And I really don't want that totally dark, so I'm going to get my Mono Zero. I'm going to take a little bit back out. These small areas don't allow for much. So I'm really happy you were here with me today for Kangular for day 20. Oh my. Thanks again. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.